Hello children, welcome back to Max Made Easy. Today let's continue with factorization. Actually children, for solving the factorization, there are many methods. Depending on the question, you have to choose the method, right? Recently I have taught you two different methods of factorization in my previous videos. If you have missed it, just check it out over there. Today I'm going to teach a factorization using a formula, right? Using a formula. Here if you look at the question, 16 minus 9x square, look over here children. Here it is 16. 16 can also be written as 4 square, right children? And this 9 can be written as 3 square. 3 3 is 9, right? See, be careful while looking over here children. This square is applicable only for the SX and not for this 9. So I am going to make even this with a square form. So 4 square minus 3x whole square. This square is placed inside the braces. That means the square belongs to x as well as to 3. But here there is no braces, right? That means this square belongs only to x but not to 9. Right children? So it is very important to know the reasoning of this braces. Right? Most of them make this mistake. Now see, it is in the form of a square minus b square. What is a over here? 4 is the a value. 4 is a value and 3x is the b value. Only 3x children. This square doesn't comes under b value or a value. Right? Here it is in the form of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. That means a. What is a? 4. Square square minus what is b? 3x. Square square. Right? That means b is 3x, a is 4. Now just substitute these values over here. In place of a, just write 4, and in place of b, just write 3x. Then this is what we get. So this is the answer. I hope you understood this. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. I will surely help you out children. Let's move on to the next one. That is 1 minus 100 a square. Even here you can convert this 100 as 10 square. Right? When you multiply 10 into 10, it becomes 100. Right? So when you solve this step, you should get this one. Right? Okay, again this is in the form of a square minus b square formula, that is a plus b, a minus b. Now just substitute a is 1 and b is 10a. Just substitute it over here children. 1 and 10a in its corresponding place. Then you will get 1 plus 10a, 1 minus 10a. That's it. Here is the third question. 4x square. Again children, most of the children make a mistake over here. The square belongs only to x, not to 4. Right? So make sure and look at the question very carefully. Now you have to convert this in the form of a square. That means this should also be splitted. It should be made a 2 square. 2 square is 4, right? So 2x whole square minus 9y whole square. Now in this, the square belongs to 9 as well as to y. Right children? Look here, it is in the form of a square minus b square. That is a square minus b square formula is a plus b, a minus b. What is the a value over here? It is 2x. What is the b value? 9y. So this is what you get. Right? Now just substitute 2x and 9y in its places. So this is what we get. Now let's move on to the fourth question. This is in a fraction form, but even this is very easy. Now just split it up in the form of a square minus b square, right? So in order to make this, you can write down as 2 by 5 whole square minus 5b whole square. Again it is in the form of a square minus b square. A is 2 by 5 and b value is 5b. Right children? Now just substitute the values over here. Now how to solve this? Here this is an addition of fraction, because fraction and one is integer, you cannot do it. So I am making it into a fraction by placing 1 in its denominator. Now you can take the LCM of 5 and 1, it will be 5. Now to make the denominators equal, you have to multiply this with 5, because LCM is 5, right? Here you already have 5. So to make the denominator over here has 5, I'm going to multiply it with 5. So the same number, what you are multiplying in denominator, it should be multiplied with the same number. Here it is already 5, so you can multiply it with 1. That's why I have left it off, even though you should not get confused. Even here it is already 5, so multiply it with 1. Even here you can multiply it with 1. Here, to make this as 5, what you have to do? Multiply it with 5. And even here you have to multiply it with 5 because in denominator you have done multiplied with 5. So when you multiply with this corresponding number, this is what we get, right? Now bases are equal, so you can add it up. So 2 plus 25b by 5, 2 minus 25b by 5 is the answer. Here is a fifth question, children. Once again, even here, a square minus b square, it is in a perfect form. So you no need to convert or anything. So directly apply this. A has a plus 2b and b is a in this corresponding places. And this is what we get. Now plus a minus a gets cancelled. And no way you can do the cancellation. So 2a plus 2b, that is a plus a is 2a plus 2b, and here this 2b I'm writing down as it is, right? So let's move on to the sixth one. Look here, this is in a square form, but here this b is applicable only for this b, sorry, square is applicable only for this b, not for the 16. So I'm going to change this as 4 square. 4 square is 4 4 is 16, right? So I am going to consider it as 5a minus 3b whole square minus 4b square, right? You can even write like this form and then just substitute it. Here this is the another method, so I'm going to assume that x has 5a minus 3b. That means this part I am going to assume as x, so I'm just replacing it, so it becomes x square minus 4b square. This is one more method, children. You can do the problem in any method. So it is in the form of a square minus b square form, right? Now I am going to substitute a is x and b is 4b. Just substitute those value over here. Now what I am going to do is, instead of this x, I am going to substitute this 5a minus b in place of x. Then this is what we get. I'm just replacing x with 5a minus b, nothing else. Right, children? Okay, let's move on to the seventh one. Here this is in the form of a square minus, this is the a to the power of 4 minus, this is in the b square. So we have to convert this as a square form. So I'm writing it down as a square whole square minus a square minus 3b square whole square. Here this is the value of a, and sorry, a square is the value of a, and what is b value? A square minus 3b square, right? So just I'm going to substitute those values over here, and this is what we get. Be careful over here, children. Most of them make a mistake over here. See here, there is a minus sign. So I have placed a minus, and inside the braces you have to write down the b value. This b value inside the braces, because this minus is applicable for even for the first term as well as for the second term. So most of them make a mistake over here, right? So don't get confused. Now if you multiply it inside, this is what we get. Here a square gets cancelled, plus a square minus a square gets cancelled, and this is what the answer is. Now let's move on to the eighth one. This is in the form of a square minus b square. So we can directly substitute. A has 5a minus 2b and b has 2a minus b. So when you substitute the corresponding values, this is what we get. Here 5a plus 2a. So this both are like terms, so you can add it up. So it becomes 7a, and here minus 3 minus 2b minus b. So it becomes minus 3b. Here 5a minus 2a. So put the bigger number sign and subtract it, because one is having positive sign, other is having negative sign. Here minus 2b plus b. So even here it is, one is minus, one is plus. So put the bigger number sign and subtract it. So it becomes minus b. So this is the answer. Let's move on to the ninth one, children. Let's move on to the ninth question, children. 1 minus 25a plus b whole square. Here the square is applicable only for this a plus b. So now I'm going to write in the form such that 5 square is 25, right? So 5a plus b whole square, that means 5a plus b both are in this square. So don't forget to place a braces over here. Braces plays a very important role, children. This is in the form of a square minus b square. Here it is only 1, so you can directly write it down as a to the power of square, because one square is also same, right? One square, so you can imagine like this. So a square minus b square. What is a? In place of a, just substitute 1, and in place of b, 5a plus b. You have to substitute 5a plus b. So I have substituted like this, children, and even here substitute a has 1 and b has 5a plus b, and don't forget to place a minus sign over here. This minus 5 is applicable for a as well as for b. Most of the children make a mistake over here, which lead them to lose their marks. So it becomes minus 5a plus into minus minus 5b. Now just further simplify it and you will get, there is nothing to further simplify, children, because it is a and b here, or it is a and b, it is all unlike terms, right? Okay, 10th question. Even here you can write it down as 2 square and just put it in the braces and apply the square even for this 2. Now this is a value and a minus b is the b value. Just substitute the values in this formula. Now just place this 2a plus b plus a minus b, and even here don't forget this minus sign, children, and this minus should be multiplied inside with a as well as with minus b, right? So when you multiply it, this is what we get. Here also I'm multiplying this 2 with 2a, and this 2 is multiplied with b. Here 2a is multiplied with 2a, 2a is multiplied with plus b. So when you multiply it, this is what we get. Right here 2b minus b, so it becomes b, and here 4a plus a will be 5a. Further you can simplify that, children. I have no place. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and hit the bell button. Check out the description box for more problems on factorization. Thanks for watching.